Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the co-anchor of NBC's Today and MSNBC's Morning Joe, Willie Geist.
As most of you in this room know, nearly 1 million people in the United States today are living with Parkinson's. But it's hard to appreciate what living with Parkinson's actually means until one in that million turns out to be someone you love. For me, it's my father, Bill Geist. He's been a combat photographer in Vietnam, a newspaper columnist, a best-selling author, a network correspondent. For 25 years now, he's been, in my unbiased opinion, the best part of CBS Sunday Morning. Thank you. Above all else, my dad really is a storyteller. He's got a one-of-a-kind ability to find these stories in faraway corners of our country where the rest of us really wouldn't even think to look. And as my sister and I learned early on, some of his best stories hit close to home. My dad didn't just coach our Little League teams, he wrote a classic best-selling book about it called Little League Confidential. It turns out all the wisdom and the advice in that book holds up today, especially the part that I really appreciate now, where he advises coaches when drafting their Little League teams, his words, not mine, to draft one kid with a, quote, hot mom. Advice from father to a son. He always told me it makes a long season of losing a little more tolerable when she's along that first baseline in her lawn chair. My dad even did a Sunday morning piece about my sister Libby's wedding, calling it Father of the Bride, and we all suspected he just brought in the CBS crew so he could save a little cash on the videographer for the wedding. In short, if it has the makings of a good story, it's fair game for my dad. So it's a little bit ironic when you think about it. When it came to the most compelling story of his own life, he completely buried the lead for more than 10 years. That's how long my father kept his Parkinson's a secret. During that time, he continued bravely to face the unblinking eye of the camera, hiding the fact that he was taking dozens of pills each and every day to control the symptoms. At book signings, he would blame his bad handwriting on an old wrist injury. On bad days, he attributed his awkward gait to back problems. Of course, my mother knew. She'd been in the front lines with him from the very beginning. But it took him about 6 years to tell my sister and me. We were naive about Parkinson's. We thought he was just slowing down. He was getting a little bit older. It wasn't just denial, though, for my dad. He's a pretty mellow guy, a Midwesterner, not one to talk much about his feelings. He didn't want to burden other people with his own problems, didn't want to be the sick guy, didn't want people asking him how he was doing. So it was a very proud day when finally, last year, my dad went on television and told the world in his own inimitable style.
I was walking my dog in the park one sunny morning a few weeks ago when a passerby smiled and greeted me with, "Morning, how's your day?" An appropriate reply might have been, "Fine, fine, thank you for asking." Or in the case of a hardened New Yorker, "What's it to you?" Instead, I responded, "I'm scheduled for major back surgery tomorrow. I've been diagnosed with Parkinson's disease, and my dog has diarrhea. How's your day going for you?" Viewers of this show don't miss a trick. Some of you had been speculating that I might have Parkinson's. Well, I do. I've had it for years. Told no one, not even my kids. Didn't want them to worry. Didn't want to be seen as the sick guy. Today, I'm telling you. And I'm happy to tell you the back is much better. The Parkinson's is under control, and I hope to see you again soon on Sunday morning. Oh, and the dog, she's fine. Thanks for asking.
And with that, the monkey was off his back. I think he probably wishes he'd done it years before. The outpouring of support was absolutely overwhelming, not just from his fans, but from people living with Parkinson's who watched that he'd been on TV for 20 years working with his disease. It inspired them. We finally, as a family, started talking openly about the elephant in the room. We could tell our friends and our neighbors who'd been wondering. He still doesn't want to be known as the sick guy. I think he cringes a little when people ask the now much heavier question, "How you doing, Bill?" He wouldn't choose, of course, to be saddled with a disease that takes away your timing, your ability to react on cue, to be quick on your feet. These are the very things that make him so good at what he does. But that said, he's come to realize that this story is bigger than he is. This year, 50,000 people will learn they have Parkinson's. Somewhere tonight, someone's feeling a little twinge, a first twinge, that something may not be right. Somewhere tomorrow, someone will hear the diagnosis that will change his or her life forever. The journey often begins as a personal struggle, but to continue to fight Parkinson's, sooner or later, it has to become a family affair.
What's happening to Dad? So many signs that show me something's wrong. For all the times he guided us, so steady, sure and strong, he can't do this on his own. He taught us how to walk tall. Now each small step is a fight to stand and not to fall gently into this good night. He can't win this fight alone. He can't do this on his own.
The thing about Parkinson's is it's sneaky. It doesn't just attack a person's body, it tries to undermine the spirit. It sets out to destroy our families. But as many of you here tonight can attest, this disease only makes families stronger. Just ask Ivory Latta. She is a true superstar, a point guard for the Tulsa Shock of the WNBA, a leader on and off the court. Her paternal grandmother suffers from Parkinson's, but for years Ivory was unaware that her own father, Charles, also had been diagnosed with the disease. Her dad didn't want his failing health to overshadow his daughter's brilliant college basketball career. Ivory's parents would drive 2.5 hours to attend home games at the University of North Carolina. Then, without Ivory knowing, they would stop at a Chapel Hill medical facility so Charles could undergo treatments to control those symptoms. When Ivory was drafted into the WNBA, she and her parents were having dinner at a favorite restaurant when she noticed that her dad was shaking a little bit, as if he were cold, she thought. So Ivory asked the manager to turn down the air conditioning, which the manager did, but Charles continued to shake. He could no longer, though, shake off Ivory's concerns. It was time to let her in on the secret. The tremors, the way her father occasionally slurred his speech, his difficulty getting in and out of cars, he had to let her know what was going on. Ivory's father had always been her hero, and she took the news about his Parkinson's pretty hard. But like the champion she is, Ivory snapped into action and became a tireless advocate for this group, PDF.
What's up, everybody? We're here at Midtown Bowling in Atlanta, Georgia, March 29th, 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. We're having a PDF Champions Celebrity Bowling event for this very special person in my heart who's battling Parkinson's disease right now. And I would like to introduce my father, Charles Latta. Man, this is my best friend. He means the world to me, so I just wanted to show him my gratification and just have something very special for him. And so I decided to have a big old bowling event. We have a great turnout tonight, and I want to say, fuck, man, whatever you're going through, I'm going through, but my friends and my family and everybody came out here to support you and the PDF Foundation Champions Program, and I want to say thanks for everybody out there for coming, and I love you, and thank you, PDF, for giving me the opportunity to raise awareness and also raise money to help get a cure for this disease and help others. So thank you so much. Everybody out there, let's bowl and have fun. I like these hats. You like the hat, man?
That's good.
The hat is good.
Ivory couldn't be here tonight because she's in training camp for the WNBA, but she wants you all to know how committed she is to raising awareness of the terrible disease that has touched her family. For families like the Latas and thousands more, PDF is a source of hope, and hope, as you all know, can make all the difference.
Would help us cope, hope to carry on, a reason to live. I've got to be there for him after all he's done for me. I know there's no cure yet, but if our sights are set, one day soon there will be. Together we can say it stops right here. And the doubt and the fear, one big family that's built on hope. Oh, one big family that's built on hope.
Fighting Parkinson's is a family affair, but it's going to take a village to win this fight. Your presence here tonight makes you part of the extended PDF family. Together we can shine a light on Parkinson's and be a light for families like these. These are the faces of Parkinson's. They come from all walks of life, ethnicities, backgrounds. They're in their golden years. They're in the primes of their lives. They're hoping for a cure for their mother, their father, sister, brother, maybe a grandparent. They're praying for a cure so their children and their grandchildren will never have to face the ravages of this disease. Each dollar we raise tonight takes us a step closer to the day when, instead of gathering here to raise money for a cure, we can join together to celebrate the end of PD. Now that is a story I'd love to wake up one morning to report. I would love to report that story one morning on the Today Show, but better yet, I'd love to see my dad report it.
The gift of hope is a most precious thing. It's a ray of light shining through the darkest cloud. The gift of hope is a second chance for all that's left unsaid, for planning what's ahead, for love to lead us safely through the crowd. In the journey of a lifetime, every moment is a treasure to embrace. The gift of time and hope can't be replaced. In the journey of a lifetime, every moment counts. PDF can give us hope and help us to Every moment is a treasure to embrace. The gift of time and hope can't be replaced. In the journey of a lifetime, every moment counts. PDF can give us hope and help us to a bright